This older image has faded over time and now has a severe red cast to it. Let's take a look at fixing it using a levels adjustment layer. I'm going to come down to the bottom of the layers palette here and click on adjustments and add a levels adjustment layer. Let's take a moment and just review what some of these things will do here. First of all, I'm going to hold my Option key on a Mac, Alt key on a PC, and click on the Auto button. This has several algorithms that the auto color correction can use. This one is Enhance Monochromatic Contrast, Enhance Per Channel Contrast, Find Dark and Light Colors, and Enhance Brightness and Contrast. You can see there's a pretty dramatic difference between these four different algorithms. I typically use this one, and so I have set that as my preference, and then clicked here to save it as a default. Target Colors and Clipping adjusts the histogram, and so you'll see that as I slide this up, the histogram is slowly adjusting as well. There, in just a couple clicks, we have fixed this. That made quite a difference. Now let's go back to the original. If I don't use the Auto button, I have these three eyedroppers over here. This one is a white eyedropper, and so if I click that and click on something that's supposed to be pure white, it will adjust the histogram so that that is pure white. This is the black eyedropper, and so if I click somewhere where it's supposed to be pure black, that will adjust that area so it's pure black. This is the gray eyedropper, and if I click on something that's supposed to be a completely neutral gray, it will adjust all the histogram so that that happens. So that's made quite a difference there. It's a little different than the other method, but also a good way of working. Now let me show you the manual way of doing this. So I'm looking at the histogram, and I noticed that here in the RGB channel, we could increase the contrast by sliding the black slider and the white slider to the edge of the mountain. If you hold your Option key on a Mac or your Alt key on a PC as you're sliding, you can see where you're starting to lose data, and you want to stop just before then. Let me go over here on the white side as well. It looks like there's some of her dress that's blown out. And then I go into each of the channels. Here's the red channel. So I'm going to, again, I'll hold my Option or Alt key and just get that to the edge of the where pixels are just starting to show. And then I'll go back into the RGB channel and adjust the center slider, maybe the black slider a little bit too, until I have that just about right. So there are three different ways you can fix an image using a levels adjustment layer.